Average at Best Cornhole here. We got a treat for you today. We got some Killshots cornhole bags. The Wolverines, which have been out for a while, pretty popular. And then they released these new 357 mags. And Justin, dude, I think I found my new bag.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. So the crazy thing is that when the Wolverine was released, they dubbed it the Viper Killer. They actually had bags with, a Wolverine with a viper in its mouth on the bag. But I don't think it ever panned out because it's not quite the same bag. Like,
right.
It's smaller, a little bit fuller.
Yeah.
And now they come out with these that are about Viper R size,
yep,
as thin and floppy as the Viper. But I didn't hear anybody say Viper R killers for these ones. So I don't know. Maybe they made a mistake saying those ones, and I like Viper R. So I'm not knocking Viper R, but
right.
These are definitely way more like a Viper R.
Yeah.
I mean, the bags they do share the same slow side carpet. I guess that's what makes them similar. But I mean, it ends right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, to get right into designs, I'm giving these mags a 3-bagger. Now, normally, typically a basic bag like this, I wouldn't rate so high. But, I mean, this is cool. It's got the speeds on the bag. It has the fill in there. It's got the splatter all over it. I really like that. It's nice and clean, simple. The Wolverines, I'm just going with a 2.5-bagger. They have a lot better designs on there. I think I got those ones on sale after Halloween. That was like their Halloween design. So that's the only reason I picked them up.
Getting into the availability on these, the Wolverines have been out for a while, so they're readily available. Bunch of different print options and stuff, so should have no problem getting your hands on those. The 357 mags just came out, so I'd imagine we're still waiting on
so
new drops
much.
right now.
Yeah. And they are. I think they have 2 or 3 drops by now, so they're starting to get them out. But, I don't know if you can go on the website right now and pick up a set. You're more than welcome to go look and try. But
yeah, by the time you're watching this, that they may have plenty of stock, and everybody that wanted to get the new bags got them in their hands, so you have no problem getting them.
We'll get into the cost with scoring, and I'm giving these a very disappointing half-bagger. $150 retail for a set of bags. It's getting a little out there. I mean, that's a little outrageous to me. You can give them on sale. They started releasing them, with sale prices, which is only going to really bring it down to like a 2-bagger, or bring it up to a 2-bagger. But even the shipping is expensive. I mean, they do give you this cool bag, right, that they come in. And I've actually seen people go to switches and blind draws and keep the bags in there, and that's what they're pulling out of their backpack and whatnot, using it as a bag.
You got to get your money's worth.
You do have to get your money's worth. Yeah, it's just and I understand they have reasons for the high prices. I mean, the Wolverine, the fast side of this is proprietary to Killshots.
Yeah,
you can't get that material anywhere else. They put a lot of effort into their fill. Both of them are like a tri-blend mixture that they perfected. I mean, they tuned the bags in.
Yeah.
But still, $150.
It's really tough for, a cornhole player to pay $150 for bags.
But they do put them on sale. We did get them on sale, so it's up to you if you want. But seriously, they go on sale.
Maybe find somebody that's got a set, play them at a switch and stuff before you commit, because nothing like blowing $150 and finding out you don't like the bag.
I know that he said on Facebook that he wanted to get them in people's hands so they can feel how good of a bag they are.
That's a big price cut, though. $50, that's a third of the price. So, we see discounts all the time. Nothing to that extreme. Maybe he just, sold them high early to recuperate some of the cost of the engineering that went into the bag. And, once he got to that point, he tried to make it more affordable for us. So
that's enough about cost.
Yeah.
We're sorry, Killshots. We had to get that head off our chest.
Right.
Especially for average guys like us.
Yeah.
Little much, man.
Enough. But a little bit more about the company. I know you spent some time on their website, so it sounds like they put a good amount of effort into their website.
Their website is awesome. Definitely the best. I mean, you can answer all your questions on their website. Like, they're so detailed on their different proprietary resin blends, the fabrics. Everything's easy to find. I was impressed with their website.
Yeah, I like to see that, because we spend a lot of time, on their websites looking at their bags and stuff like that. So, again, kudos from me too as well, because there's some companies that you could tell just probably use some generic template and stuff like that. It's clunky even navigating around with not really much information.
And these
guys nailed it.
He has legit pictures of the bags too. All the different instead of just like the art design or whatever that they came up with. Yeah. So kudos. I hope that makes up for the cost. Yeah, the website is www.killshotscornhole.com, and he does have a Facebook page, which is at Killshots Cornhole. They don't have a group, no fan group or nothing, so if you're a fan, maybe it's your time. Start one up for them, and then I will say, too, across social media, I said that they got these young guns that are sponsored, these players, Ryan Windsor and Matthew Creekkiller.
Yeah.
Find them on YouTube and I think especially TikTok, because these are like the dude perfect of cornholes.
Yeah.
Like the stuff they're doing, they're like setting up trainer boards and skipping over another board, over bags in the holes and stuff. It's actually really entertaining to watch. So to get in the break-in method on these bags, the Wolverines, their soft bag, they felt great right out of the package. 357 mags, they were a little bit stiffer. I still went with the warm water soak and low heat tumble dry. So here's the thing. Their website, we always say check the website. He offers a pro break-in, but it's another $15. And then it actually states that, any other break-in method is going to void your warranty.
Yeah, outside of just throwing, of course.
Yeah, outside of throwing. So I guess I felt comfortable enough with just the warm water and the low heat tumble dry, so I didn't, ruin anything. But if you're not comfortable with that, either throw them or get his break-in, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to order these, you might as well go the distance.
Yeah, so what's that? For $180 for a set of bags now?
But hey, maybe it's worth it to you if they're the bags, if they're the ones, which we'll tell you if they're the ones for us later.
These ones are the ones.
I'm getting into the baggage on these. The Wolverines, we do have the smaller template, a little more designed probably for bounces and cuts and stuff like that.
I think it's probably perfect for that.
Yeah. And, the Killshots, you got that bigger template, a little bit floppier, really probably designed to go hole for hole with.
The slow side carpet is the only thing they share. The fast sides are different, the fills are different, and the size is different, basically. And then, when I was reading up on the release of these 357 mags, everything made it sound like it was just going to be a bag for running holes. Yep. And then once we got them and started playing them, we found out that is not the case. Right, these bags are way more active than I thought they were going to be. So whatever fill he's using in there, rapid fire fill, it's some active fill. Yep. And I was pleasantly surprised with what you could do with those bags.
So get into the speeds. Real easy to know on these. They're labeled on the 357 mags at a 5.8. I don't think we have them on these bags, do we?
It is not, no. But it's a 5.8 also.
Same speed rate. Even though the fast sides are a different material, at least the company rates them at the same speeds, and that's pretty much what I experienced with them.
Yeah, and like we touched on earlier, the carpet, that's found on like the Buffalo Shadow or whatever. You've seen that carpet around. It's one of those hybrid variants, I guess. And then the Wolverine, it has their proprietary fast side fabric, which only Killshots has that. They either make it their own or they sub it out. No one else can use that.
Wolverines, I absolutely love the way those feel in my hand. It's one of the best hand feels that I've experienced. It makes you feel confident.
It does.
It really does.
It is a unique feeling bag. And it's funny because, carpet, everybody's used to, throwing these hybrid carpets. It's like you flip it over. There's not much of a difference.
Yeah.
This material almost feels like the hybrid carpet.
It does, but it is faster. So, not looking at them, you can see that this material is fuzzing up a little more than you see on, your traditional fast sides. So I'm wondering if when these things really get worked in, if maybe you'll experience maybe even down to a 7 neighborhood.
The 357 mag actually shares the same fast side as the regular 357 bag.
Get into the template, we mentioned already, you can probably see it here on the video. The Wolverines are a smaller template. They're right around a 5 3/4. And then the 357 mags, they're that bigger template. They're the 5 7/8. Weight's pretty much comparable. We got just a smidge over 450 grams on both bags. So there's not a whole lot of difference in the weight of the bag.
Right, and you can definitely notice that template's bigger.
Yep.
And since it is weight, I know resin fills are weighted a little different, but the 357 mags are definitely a lot floppier.
Oh, yeah.
And the Wolverines are floppy too, but these things are extremely floppy. Yeah, yep. You can see how much thinner they are. Mm-hmm. So we touched on the flop, but the fill then, the 350 mags have what Killshots calls their rapid fire fill, and then the Wolverines have what they call the Overwatch fill. It's just a tri-blend. He doesn't give any details on it. He just said it's a perfect blend of 3 different resins or whatever to get where they're at. So they put a lot of time and effort, I guess, into mixing that up and, finding the perfect combination for these bags.
Bagmanship. Quality of these bags, I think they're excellent. Seams are all holding together. Everything's, broken as expected. Seams are tight.
I didn't find any flaws with them.
I'm always looking for, loose final seams and stuff, and these are all tied off pretty good. No,
and that, final closing seam up there, I mean, it's high and tight.
Yeah, and these, we don't have as many miles on the, 357 mags as we do with the Wolverines, but the Wolverines are holding up great. Really no complaints at all over the quality that you're getting.
So we're ready for the slide up on these bags. Like I stated earlier, the Wolverines were supposed to be the Viper killers. I don't think that panned out because it's such a different bag. These Killshots, they do remind me a lot like Vipers.
Yeah.
They're a lot more active on the boards than I thought they were going to be, and then, what I think a Viper is. So there is a difference there. And as far as forgiveness, I mean, they're both pretty darn forgiving.
Yeah, I had great results with both, so I had no issues with forgiveness. They kind of, did what I, expected them to, or what I thought my throw was going to do without much deviation.
Yeah, the Magnums, I mean, it's such a big bag. It's going to land. It's going to spread out. It's going to run pretty straight. I mean, there's a little bit of kick, but, that just means you can cut them.
Yeah.
It's an active bag. And then the Wolverines, too, I mean, because that's a super active bag, but it seemed like you could tone it down if you wanted to.
Yeah, I was, a lot of times bags like that, I'm all over the place, but I was pretty consistent and under control. I was, cutting it when I wanted to. So whole bodiness, I thought they were both fantastic.
Yeah, they both want to live in the hole.
They do.
Really.
Yeah.
These are some of the most hole-friendly bags I've played with.
Yeah, especially the mags,
Yeah.
There were some issues that I'll talk about earlier that I had with, but if you get them, any part of the bag finds the hole, they're going.
Yeah, and even the Wolverines, too, because it is, I mean, a little bit of a smaller template, but, I've had those for a while. I wanted to play them, but I haven't really wanted to play them and over-break them in or whatever, because I was waiting for the next shot, for Killshot to come out with something or whatever that we could use to compare with them. So now I'm just happy that I can play them whenever since we found this bag. I'm probably not going to play them as much, though, because I'm going to want to play the 357 mag. But, very hole-friendly bags. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, not at all. Collectibility, I had good results with both as well. Probably even more so with the mags. I mean, I had no problem pulling a blocker in, when I had one there. Same with the Wolverines. They're both very collectible. Not the most collectible bags I've played.
And I think I have a theory on that, too, because, the 5.8 speed, the fast sides of these bags aren't that fast.
Yeah.
So if you're coming in to, collect your bag or whatever, sometimes you got a fast bag or whatever, it might just skip right by it.
Yep.
But the slower materials seem to grab a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then, kind of accordion up, and then they both run right into the hole.
That's a good point, because I now that you kind of mention it, my most favorite bags for collecting are slower bags.
Yeah. Speed consistency, there's not much to say here. Both these bags are going to be real consistent, especially in humidity conditions. That carpet is definitely well known for its consistency.
Capable shots. I'll kind of go first. I don't have a lot of shots in my arsenal. You guys know that. I can do things with the Wolverines that I wasn't able to do with the 357. Like, I was able to cut these pretty well. I kind of struggled with these. Again, that's just more my throw. One thing that I noticed with the Killshots is they tend to have a bounce to them.
If I 357 mags.
I'm sorry, the 357 mags. They kind of had a bounce. So if I threw a little deep on the board, or I was a little close to the hole, every single time I was just bouncing over the hole with those. And the Wolverines wouldn't do that. I would at least have a chance of it catching the back of the hole and going in. Versus,
which would make you think the opposite, but
you would. But that's just what I don't know if it's the way the boards were sitting, that day or what. But I was just constantly bouncing those 357s over the hole.
These Wolverines were made for all the fancy shots, but you could still play them normal.
Yeah.
And then I really thought that the 357 mags were played to play normal, just running bags in the hole, but they're active. I think
you were cutting
someone's going to be able to do some things with those bags. There's going to be videos of it. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Now it's time for our final thoughts. We're going to grade these, give our overall score. The Wolverines, I'm giving them a 3-bagger. So a 3-bagger is not bad, in our grading scale. That's a 75%, which is great. That means it's a bag that I would take with me for a switch or whatever. It's going to stay in my bag. The problem is I would have graded them higher if I would have never got those 357 mags. I'm giving these things 3.75 bags For sure. This is one of my new favorite bags. I'm excited for the things to come with me playing with this bag.
I'm a little different than Craig on these ones. I'm going to go with the 3 on the Wolverine as well. I really like the bag. Again, I love the hand fill. I was able to be consistent and do the things that I wanted to. The Killshots, I'm sorry, I keep calling them Killshots. The mags, 357 mags, I'm only going to go at 2.5 on those. And again, that's just my personal opinion, mostly because they're a little floppier than I like. The hand fill throws me off. And I did okay with the bags, better than I actually expected.
So will these bags make you better? Yeah, I guess. Especially if you're not used to throwing quality bags.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, these are top of the line. There's something different about these bags than other bags.
Yeah.
It's bound to make you better. And then both of them being so active with the different fills, if you're trying to better your cuts and flops and maybe rolls or whatever, I think that's going to make that better too.
So, worth the cost. This is a tough one. So initially, you've heard us earlier. We were not happy about the $150, standard retail price on these bags. Getting into them, seeing the uniqueness of them, seeing the quality of the company with how much effort they put into their website, the details of the differences, the proprietary things that they've developed with it. You're gonna have to make your own decision on if they're worth the cost. To me, they're not. I'm not a good enough player to where one of these bags is going to stand out over, an $85 bag. So again, I'm not even going to tell you if they're worth the cost. You got to figure that out for yourself because there's a lot of pros and obviously the cons of the high retail price. Do we recommend them? Yeah, absolutely. The cost aside, the bags themselves, absolutely recommend them. They're extremely high quality. You're going to find features that you're not going to find in any other cornhole bag. That alone makes it worth giving them a shot.
I'll recommend the 357 mag over the Wolverine, but if you can't get your hands on the mags, I definitely recommend the Wolverines also. Like he said, the fabric, the hand fill, I mean, that bag is special in its own right. Yeah. These mags, though, and I'm a Viper R guy. Well, I'm not a Viper R guy. I enjoy Viper Rs.
That style bag.
Yes, and I'm not saying this bag is better than a Viper R, and I'm not saying a Viper R is better than this bag, but like I said, I am excited for the things to come with throwing this bag.
I guess I'll roll with this time. So, hey, if you're going to be average at something, might as well be average at cornhole.
See you later.